Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Top of the morning, believe it or not, it's sunny in Los Angeles, California today. You listen to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live as we always do with nothing but straight talk. Yeah, straight talk. That's how we do it up here. My co-hosts I have two wonderful co-hosts that I'm sure they are on right now. Number one is Shawannah Bordenave. She's a real estate guru, real estate within her own right. She buys, she sells. She does everything you can do to a house. So if you guys are looking to buy a house, looking to sell a house, whatever you want to do to a house, you should call Shawannah. She'll give you her number. If she's on the line, she'll throw her number out right now. If not, she'll come in late and do it. Shawannah, if you're there, say hello to us and give us your number. If you're not, we're going to roll right on because you're probably out making a deal right now. My other co-host is a wonderful, the fabulous Mr. Keith Swanson. You know, we refer to Keith as the AI man, artificial intelligence. People have been looking for Keith now. This going into the second year. They keep saying, I don't believe he exists. Is he an AI? Is he artificial intelligence? Folks, he really does exist, and he's been in your midst for so many times. He's always at my conferences.
Hi,
He's
you reached Shawannah Bordenave.
On
At
tour.
the tone,
He's always there. And you should recognize his voice and people all around him. I said, if you catch him, you hold him, you call me, tell me you got him. There's money on the table for you. Folks, nobody have gotten that money yet. It went off the table December 31st. We started to kid it back up. Nobody has really caught up with Keith yet, but yes, he's real. He's not the AI man, folks. He's real. He'll be hopping in here today. He's out, I guess, trick-or-treating. I don't know what Keith's doing, but he is real. So today we have a repeat show by popular demand. We're doing part 2. And the topic is for the presidential 2024 election. To vote or not to vote is a critical decision for Black America. It's a critical decision for Black America. And I hope Dr. J is going to step in here and join me today. And I think he's going to be coming on helping me with this show. But folks, let's be clear on the one reason Black Americans should vote. We're going to talk about that one reason. And we're going to look at, we're going to clarify why Black Americans should withhold their votes in the 2024 election. 2024 election could determine the economic life or the economic death for Black America. What's your choice? Should we vote for someone, should we vote for something, or should we vote for nothing? It's time to think outside the box. And I want you to consider reading my book, Black America Faces Economic Crisis, Solutions Made Simple. We know the problem, but it's time that we get to the solution for Black America. And you also may want to check out my previous archive talk shows on YouTube at youtube.com at Dr. Rosie 11 or drrosie.com for my books, articles, and also the archive shows. So, folks, we are repeating this show. We had a lot of comments last week. We have a lot of people. I mean, they was about. Someone told me if this had been a live presentation, it would have been a fight going on. People get so emotional now. I think they're more emotional now than ever before about this election. Dr. J, are you mic'd up? What do you see more excitement or anxiety about this election than any election before?
Good morning.
Dr. J? I think Dr. J may have some issues with his mic, but I want to know, and folks, you out there listening, have you ever before election seen so many people running their mouths, people angry with each other, families falling out, Christians falling out? I have not seen this much locomotion about an election in my lifetime. I mean, they didn't have this much going on when Obama was running. That's when there was a lot of talk. But right now, they are emotional on every corner, every place you stop. They're talking about this election.
Yes, Dr. Rosie. Good morning, Dr. Rosie. Hopefully you can hear me now.
I can. Have you seen this much noise around any election in your lifetime? Everybody got something to say. Even the kids are talking.
I think that this election has been eliciting so much emotional fervor from the common person because of the buildup, the drama, the chaos behind Donald Trump and going to court, 4 indictments, 91 charges, and still has the nerve to run for president and being allowed to run for president. That, in and of itself increases the drama and the emotionality, if you will, of this whole election period. On the other side of the coin, people are looking at Biden and questioning whether he is even going to be able to physically, remain as a viable candidate. Then you go back and look at Trump, and he's openly talking about fascism and dictatorship. And in a quote-unquote democracy, this leads for a lot of people to go into panic mode. So there's a lot of emotionality behind this election. A lot of people think there's a lot at stake. Seemingly everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a concern. And I am still puzzled by what the common voter really believes is going to be the benefit of either one. The status quo seems to maintain itself no matter who's in office. That's just my opinion. But I am very curious, what does the common voter think will be the actual outcome that is going to benefit them on a, let's say, day-to-day or street level versus the other candidate? So if Trump wins, why do the Trump supporters believe that his candidacy is going to signal some kind of virtue of benefits to them? Same thing with the Biden camp. 4 more years of Biden means what?
That's really interesting because people just in an uproar about this. But how much is the media? They're having a field day. They are absolutely having a field day, and they are playing into all of this hype, and they're playing into having people in a frenzy. I think they just go overboard. I am tired of when you turn on my computer every day. It's something Trump this. Are people tired of having one man in your face all day? And what make people think that Biden health is at stake, that he can't continue being president? Is that the media pump up? I mean, what do we know? What do we know about his health?
Well, that's a good question. Maybe we should ask Brother Keith that question because he's joining us right now.
Oh yeah, he's shown signs of dementia. You can tell that Joe Biden is not what he was when he was in his 40s, even his 50s. Even when he was vice president, he's not the same person. You can tell.
Do you think he's fit, Keith? Out of your mind, do you think he's uh, physically fit to continue as president?
I don't think so. Physically, no. But thing is, they need him in where he is. So, um, if they didn't need him where he is, he probably wouldn't be there. I don't think he would have ran if they didn't need him where he was. He
Well,
said that.
I think one of the greatest things for me is that, well, the reason I think he'll lose, not gain a lot of votes, because if people feel like his health is in jeopardy, a lot of people definitely not going to vote for him because they feel like if something happened to him, Kamala would be a president. I don't think they want that, not for one day. I don't think they want to go down in history that now, we done had a black man up in there. Now you gonna get a black woman up in there before you get a white woman. Uh-uh. We're not gonna let that be a part of our history. That would not be written in our books. That would not be a part of our history.
Not you. Okay. The reason Donald Trump lost is because of COVID. Okay, because of what happened with COVID. That's why he lost. The reason Biden is going to lose is not because of his health or because he's old or anything like that. It's because of the economy. Okay, your inflation cost of your inflation has gone up, has doubled, probably even tripled since he's been in office. Okay, you got people can't afford to pay their rent. Okay, their food budget is doubled. Okay, their fuel budget, the fuel has gone up. What 20%? Okay, and this is across the board. And now with as far as the black women, which were his staunch supporters, especially in the big states, the big black states, black conclaves, which is New York City and Chicago, right? Okay,
Yes.
when he imported those immigrants and started giving the immigrants the money over the black women that needed it, like housing assistance, they're not happy. There are a lot of
Yeah.
people that are not happy with him and with the way he's managed this country. So this is an internal problem. This is it has to do like I think Bill Clinton said it. What 92? It's the economy, stupid.
Wow. Wow. I think that's going to be a big dent in his candidacy. It
Oh,
has to do with how he's dealing with the money, with
yeah.
people
Oh
struggling
yeah.
so in
Oh
this
yeah.
country, and they feel like as Trump get in there, and when he came out and said
Mm-hmm.
the first day he said, "I'm going to be a dictator," and when he said that, I think
Mm-hmm.
that just went up like smoke with people as what he's going to do, what he's going to stop. But will that because it's locally that has a
Uh-huh.
lot to do with the housing and a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
that we're struggling with. And most people do
Mm-hmm.
not focus on your local election. The whole nation wants to just focus on what's going on in the White House. I keep telling people, you better worry about your black house and your black street where you
Okay.
are.
Let's.
Because people are not voting, Keith, in the local election. They're not holding
Yeah.
local people responsible at all. They pointing everything at the White House. And why aren't they pointing it at their representative who are
Mm.
representing them in Congress and the Senate? I don't hear anybody talking about that. I
Uh,
mean,
it,
how powerful are they? How are they impacting what the president does?
It's because your locals, especially your representatives, okay, have been whatever's happened up in Washington D.C. All your reps have been cowed. Okay, they're towing a line. Okay, remember Cortez AOC, how noisy she used to be.
Yeah,
You ain't heard from her in the past couple of years, have you?
not really.
She's been real quiet. So whatever's going on in D.C. as far as being reps, what's going on, what they're doing, okay, they've been real quiet. And it used to be that that your local, that your federal didn't have as much to do with what goes on with your bread, with your household issues. Okay, they do now. Okay, it's a direct effect. I was talking to a private group, right, online, and you like I said, your prices have doubled, right? You are one missile strike, okay, away from it doubling again. Okay, so say
Oh,
this thing with the war with Iran, okay,
yes, right.
that they're contemplating, okay, or that they have noisily said they might, okay. Iran can shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which is where your oil comes from, which is where Saudi Arabia, I think, is 40% of the world's oil. Okay, if that shuts down for even 3 months, okay, um, your oil prices will double within 3 months.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, I'm glad
so
people working from home.
well, that we could talk about working from home, because working from home, as we know it, probably will be, for the most part, will probably be dead within, I would say, 6 months, for obvious reasons. It's because you're having you're having a crisis as far as commercial property. I think it's like $1 trillion in debt,
Yeah.
and they're putting pressure on people to come back in. And this is something that I was just looking at, right? Is that when you marry that with artificial intelligence and AI, where they to make profits, they have to replace people. Okay, if so now they're saying that if you're not in office, okay, if you haven't returned to the office, guess what's going to happen? AI is going to take some of these jobs, And I was just looking at this today. Citibank laid off 20,000 people just today. Okay, that's Citibank. 21.
Folks, we
Yeah.
in trouble. We in trouble. Let me jump
But
and ask you all this question.
mhm,
Last week, I mean, we had people ready to absolutely. Someone told me if you all had have been in person, it
mhm,
would have been a fight last week.
it would
Because
have been a
people,
fight. Yeah, yeah,
people are so in tune, and I mean, you
yeah,
can't hardly stop them from talking over each other. I just got to say what I have to say
yeah.
when it comes to talking about this voting thing. Part two, what we're doing today, is the
Mhm,
presidential 2024 election. To
mhm,
vote or not to vote is a
mhm,
critical decision for
mhm.
Black America. Now, somebody has said to me, look, it's only a few of y'all. So what you talking about? Y'all don't matter. Somebody called up here and told me that, Keith. Said, I mean, who cares whether Black folks vote or not? It's
It
just a
it
few of you all. So
it,
uh,
it
we're
does matter
going
though.
to talk about that. And I
Yeah.
know it does matter.
Mhm,
But the point is, it matters. It might matter when it comes to who get into the election. But damn it, does it matter in a way that it's going to change the lives of Black folks in America? That becomes my question. So I feel, you guys know how I feel. I feel we should take a knee
mhm,
in this election unless there's something on the table for Black folks. And what is that something? That something is reparation.
mhm,
If you're pushing everything except reparation, why should we vote? Why should you vote for nothing? I think you should vote for something. That's what we did back in the day. We voted because we wanted something to change for Black
mhm,
folks. That's
mhm.
why we fought. That's why we marched. But what's changing for Black folks these last 15, 20 years? Tell me. What changed? Should we vote just to be voting? Should we vote because people saying, well, our forefathers gave their life to vote? They didn't give their life. Their lives were taken because they wanted to vote. So why should we vote for anybody who's not for us? If somebody's not for me, why am I for you? That's my question. So, far as I'm concerned, if we don't have an agenda on the table, folks, it's critical. If we don't make the right decision this time, if we don't ask for what we want this
Mhm,
time,
mhm.
it won't be a second go round. Because the
Yeah.
next person come in gonna do just like the bad wolf in school. If you let everybody pick on you and you don't do anything about it, pretty soon everybody be picking on you. If you allow presidents after president to walk in that White House and declare that they're your president and
Mhm.
they do absolutely nothing for you but something for everybody else,
Right.
why should the next president do anything for you? Folks, we better wake up and smell the coffee.
Mhm. Yeah. Political pressure. Yeah. Social pressure.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. And basically, the reason that it matters, okay, is because it's not so much the number. The thing is, it's the message, right? Because
That's
it
why,
yeah. Go
Keith,
ahead. All right.
that's why I think it's critical right now
Mhm.
that we do block voting, that we put our agenda out there,
Mhm.
and they won't know who we voting for. We need to
Yeah.
hold our votes
Yeah.
until, even if you're lying, they're good at lying, okay?
Mhm.
Even if you're lying, at least lie to me. At least tell me you're going to do something.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to hold our votes until they make it clear. I'm not talking about what you're going to do for the minorities, what you're going to do
Yeah.
for people of color.
Right.
I'm talking about what are you going to do for Black Americans,
You know,
for Black folks?
there was, Ann Coulter, who I don't particularly like, okay, and I've never particularly liked her. She said one thing in a room for the Democrats, right? She said, I think civil rights is for Black people, not Mexicans, not women, not immigrants, but for Black people, because there's a debt, okay, that's owed by America. Okay? And said we had, sometimes the policy may be waffling, but at least we got the right people, okay, as far as the right constituents, right, okay. They said
Yeah.
we don't owe anything to immigrants. We don't owe anything to white women. We don't owe anything to gays and lesbians and whatnot. But we owe something to Black people. That's one thing that I agree with her. She said this maybe 10, 12 years ago. Okay.
And that is absolutely the truth. And everybody want to jump up and say, well, me too. Me
Yes.
too. No, they didn't strip anybody that came here of their language.
No.
In fact, they did you a favor. They took our tax dollars to help you to articulate, giving you English as a second language. They didn't do that to us. Okay?
No.
They didn't take your religion from you. They didn't separate you from your family.
Yeah, they didn't breed you like black people were bred like cattle. Okay.
Yes.
They were bred like cattle. 91% of Black people were bred from slave farms. Okay, we import because people look at the number. Well, that many people didn't get shipped over here. Said no, but go back and read Thomas Jefferson, your Democratic president, right? Okay, South Carolina and Virginia cut off the external slave trade for a reason, because they wanted to breed their own slaves. Okay, we're bred like cattle. We're forced into it, right? Okay. They, and forced into continual perpetual bondage and servitude. And then after that, because 70% of the GDP of America was actually done by Black people in the South, and that swamp-infested South, right? Okay? They put you back in bondage with Jim Crow, okay? Jim Crow's nothing but serfdom that Europeans would try to flee from. Okay, Europe fled from that kind of life and livelihood. Most people came to here to get away from that. They put Black people back into that because guess what? It wasn't because they loved us. Okay, it's because they had to. Okay.
Yeah, and then they put you in a second.
In a second bondage,
a second mode of slavery when they started incarcerating Black folks for bill and nothing. People who don't have money to get an attorney, you got to say, well, okay, I did it. You got to accept the plea bargain. They found a new way to put you back into bondage and slavery. Let me give this number out, Keith, and then I'm going to see if Jamal, what he think about whether we should take a knee or not. Folks, the number is 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. Or you can email us here at innerlightradio@yahoo.com. That's INNER, innerlightradio@yahoo.com. Folks, what do you think? Do you think this is the most critical election I think that we have been confronted with? And we need to make some tough decisions fast. We need to send a message that if we count, then you better act like we count. You need to put reparation on the table. If that doesn't roll off your lip, we need to take a knee. Jamal, what's your take?
Okay, good morning again, Dr. Rosie and Keith. Let me just ask this, I would say, obvious and basic question. Does the Biden campaign or administration, do they have a referendum or a specific agenda for Black America?
No.
Does Trump and his minion and his, I guess, campaign promises, have they made a promise or have a referendum or agenda specifically for Black America?
No.
My answer is very simple then, Dr. Rosie. If neither of the seemingly two major candidates don't have anything specifically targeted towards Black voters, then black voters are under no obligation to vote for either one. That's my simple, logical, layman's position on this.
I would agree.
And do you think we need to let them know why we're not voting and what they must do to get our vote? I mean, that needs to resound across this nation. Not this time. No, not this time. When you look at all the stuff that's happened in this country from an economic standpoint, the degradation for black folks who are thrown beneath the bridge under the economic rubbish in the economic ditch, and nobody's coming for it. It's not a plane, it's not a train, it's not a bus, it's not a car, it's not a bicycle. Black folk got to walk this journey all by themselves. So when are you going to get tired? You ought to be tired for your kids. You ought to be tired for your grandkids. How can you sit up every day and face the reality that your children who you are sending to college on your dime, or they have a student loan that they won't pay back because they cannot get a job. But not only that, even if they get one, they cannot afford to get a place to live on their own. I mean, how can you be complacent? I mean, I don't get it. You say you love your children. I'm kind of questioning that because I'm not hearing the noise behind this.
Heck, do you love yourself? Okay.
Right.
You have to go to that grocery store. You have to pay that rent. You have to pay those fuel bills. You have to do all that kind of stuff, right? You have to worry. If you're still working, you have to worry about your job and your pensions, and your bank accounts. Okay.
It got families fighting against each other. Folks, you're gonna have more divorces and breakup. And this is the time that if there ever was a time, black folks who married ought to find ways to stay together. Those who are not married need to try to find them a husband or wife. Because one income out here today is not going to make it. So all you're doing, you're bringing kids into a situation where they're coming into poverty. They don't have anything. And you wondering about why all the crime. Frederick Douglass made a statement. He said, hungry men will eat.
They will eat, yes.
Hungry men will eat, whether it's from your table or their table. Now, there's someone on the line with the phone open. Please mute. If you want to join the conversation, Keith, if there's somebody on the board, go ahead, give us your name, where you calling from, and give us your take on the topic. Go ahead, caller.
310.
310, go ahead. Caller. Okay, maybe they just listen. But Keith,
put yourself on mute, caller, because you're hear you cooking in the background. Okay.
when you see your grandkids running out in the yard and playing, when you see them getting up, going to school, when you see them in college studying, what comes to your mind? Can you think about what the future's like for them?
You know what?
Folks. You ought to be crying. It just should be snot rags running there, people crying, and I don't even see how you can crack a damn smile. I don't see how you can crack a smile right now.
This is years ago. When my grandson was in third grade, right? I had to go and monitor his class, right, because something was going on, right? So I'm sitting there, right, and I know, you see what's going on. You see the future with automation and AI and stuff like that. I looked in and I said, 80% of these kids won't make it. If things continue the way they're going, 80% of these kids will not make it.
Right. And when they finish college, the high school loans, when I was at Clark University about a couple of months ago for a reparation summit, I shed tears when I watched those students in the library hustling and busting with hope and aspiration. And I'm knowing when they get out of college, will there be a job for them that they can make a living? And if they work, will it be in the field that they have trained for? No. 75% of the students that graduate end up working on a job that had nothing to do with what they went to school for. Folks, are you paying attention?
Well, Dr. Rosie,
go ahead.
I don't think that enough. There has been a clear stated description directed towards black people to understand a couple of things. One, the overall economy What is happening in the overall economy? This caller from area code 310. I can't even see that now. 242. If you don't mute, I'm gonna have to take you off the air because there's a lot of background noise going on. So if you don't have a comment and you're just listening, please mute. But I don't think we really understand the direction that this country is going in. I don't think we clearly understand what spiraling down the economy really means. It just has not been explained to us on a national level that what the real picture of America 10 years from now, I'm not even thinking about 50 or 100 years, just 10 years from now, could really mean for black people.
5, not even 10, 5. You're down to 5.
About 2 years, when you're looking at places like McDonald's, where some of these places are totally being taken over by robots. When you look at everybody's office, doctor's office, attorneys, everybody who will be taking appointments through AI, artificial, that you don't even have to have somebody pick up the phone saying, "Can you come at 1? Can you come at 2?"
Billing, your medical billing, okay.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? Particularly since many blacks have been socialized about get a good job, get a job. And we have not stopped singing that damn song about a job. Send your kids to college to learn how to be self-determined, how to take care of themselves, to look at what is taking place in today's market. We need to revamp the whole, even the high school system, the college system, teach these kids how to meet today's global and local and national economy. Stop all that bull crap that you charge them all that money for classes that has nothing to do with them now or in the future. When are we going to say enough is enough? Because people who got money, they're in private schools, they're taking special classes. They know what's coming on.
Yeah.
But are we preparing our children for the next generation?
Yeah, remember, Jamal, I think it was I think it's not the Good Life, but at FIBA Center. I was telling you guys that China was training 1 million programmers and 1 million engineers every year.
Yeah.
And we feel it now, okay?
You know, and again, you know, what does all of that really mean, you know, to the average black person? Dr. Rosie, to answer your question, black people in America are saying by our actions and many times our words, when you listen to Tim Scott, you know, buck dancing before Donald Trump last week, that was the most pathetic and embarrassing display of, I have to say it without biting my tongue, of niggitude that I've seen probably in the last 60 years. But nevertheless, when we are on that level, you know, that we find that to be an option, that means that we are so invested emotionally in America that we can't think outside the box. We can't see any other option. So when you're asking, you know, why are black people only interested in looking for a quote unquote job, what we're saying is we're looking for a job from the white man. We're looking for a job, a handout from the white folks. And the white folks are saying the world has changed. The set-asides and the, you know, other types of, you know, programs for, I would say, maintaining civil society may not be able to be affordable. We may not be able to just throw out money like that anymore. They're circling the wagons around what few assets are left in this country, and that means that everybody else is out. Everybody else is out, and that includes, and black people just have not had this, you know, picture painted clear enough for us to understand. We're still looking at movies right now, you know, some just silly stuff. You know, we need a filmmaker that can make a movie and say, okay, this is what America looked like 10 years ago, and this is what it's going to look like 10 years from now, and start fading black faces out. Then we might see the picture. We might. But we're very emotionally invested in this thing. And that's why even today's conversation is so relevant
to vote or not to vote. Anybody with common sense would know that you have options that you may not necessarily have to use, or you use them in your best interest.
Yeah, I think they're
Jamal,
afraid.
you can't believe all the mail and email I've got. You too influential. You don't need to say that. That doesn't make sense. People may listen to you. Hell, I want them to listen to me. That's why I'm saying that. You shouldn't say that we need to vote. If we don't vote, Trump gonna get in.
What difference
You
does it
can't.
make?
Oh,
What difference has either one of them made when they're in office? Okay.
Yeah, and they go, well, I'm voting for the less evil. I don't want evil, period, whether it's less or lesser. So why do you want evil?
Well,
That's just like saying, well, kill me a little bit.
Your home prices and rent prices have doubled since Biden's been in office. You want them to double again? Is that what you want?
And you know what Dr. Anderson said? He made a claim. He said 95% of other ethnicity work for their people. 95%. And he said 95% of black folks work for other folks. Guys, come on. And we talking about get a job. Now, back in the day, the white men, gave you some job. But these other folks that come here, they're not hiring you. I haven't seen them. They're not hiring you. If you don't get a job for the white man, the one who you talk about all day, the white devil, but he's the one you send your kids to school. You talk about the white devil, but you send your kids to school, and so they can get prepared to go work for the man who you call the white devil. Our kids have to be looking at us like y'all some damn fools.
Biden said that there was the meeting, the so-called leaked meeting that Biden had with the civil rights leaders right before he took office. Okay, and he said straight up, as far as jobs and opportunities, don't ask us, ask the Hispanics, because there's going to be more of them in here than you guys.
And that's who they're courting.
And that's who they're courting, and those are going to be your new overseers. Yeah, they're going to be your new overseers, okay?
I think we have a caller. Do we have a caller?
I think we do. We have two.
Okay,
818.
go ahead, caller.
818.
That's Shawannah. She's
here.
back on.
Oh.
Area code 310 is still on the line.
Oh, Carmen San Diego's here, huh?
Okay. Go ahead, caller 310. Don't be scared. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, since I'm calling in, what we fail to realize that you need to go look up the New America. This was put in place in 2012 by Obama, when he told you he was going to transform America. You go look it up, and it tells you all. But I went back to the internet; they wiped it out. But basically, what they're saying, they're replacing you with refugees and migrants. They already got it in there. And even L.A., look at L.A., New California.
California, yeah.
And then you go look at Chicago. Go look at Chicago. Look at one of the videos that says they're here to get rid of blacks. And what neighborhoods they moving into. So when you keep talking about the devil and choosing between the devil and two evils, when Trump was in office 4 years ago, was all this happening in Chicago?
Yeah, it was still happening.
No, you didn't have the massive influx of immigration.
No, we did not have it. I will answer that. No, we did not.
But the thing, what you don't understand, guess who deported more immigrants since Eisenhower? Who do you think that was?
Quite naturally, we're going to say Barack Obama.
Yes, that was true.
So then ask yourself this question. 2024. How many illegals are in Chicago? Then guess what? They get more benefits than we do.
He told you that.
They do.
He told you that.
They do.
But you don't. But the thing is, have you actually investigated why that is? Have you asked yourself why that is?
I told you what it is. They really
No. The plans are the thing is to not replace us, to replace white people, because white people's population has peaked.
Bro, you can go ask. I do construction work. You can go look around. Every time there's a project in Inglewood, L.A., there are more Hispanics, and more Hispanics got these jobs, and they will not hire black people. So I don't know why we are asleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know why they?
Calm down, you guys. Calm down for a minute. Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you why they do that.
Yes.
They do it because we don't demand a damn thing. There's a building right up here at the church near my office. I walked up there and I said, "Do you have any blacks working?" They said, "No." I said, "If this building was going up in your community and all black folks were working, how would you feel?" He said, "Well, I'm not saying it's equity right, but the contractors up from San Bernardino, and they bring their people." I said to them, I said, "You got 15 days. If I don't see any blacks up here, we're going to shut this down." I started talking to black folks. You know what they, girl, don't you be putting yourself in there, because these black folks lazy. Some of our people, they need a head surgery. You know, but what you're saying, sir, about what's taking place, you know why it's taking place? Because we let it. We let a school teach our kids. We pay taxes. They don't have anything in wood shop. They don't teach them how to change the battery. They don't teach your girls how to cook. They don't teach them how to sew a button. Whose damn fault is that? These other people are demanding. One second. That's what I'm saying. These Hispanic came in, and you know what they did? They kind of did us a favor. They got the wages up. They got the salaries up. That's why they're raising the minimum wage, because they raised their voices. What are we doing? We ain't doing nothing but going to church, waiting on Jesus. Waiting on Jesus. He's already
right.
here.
But I think that a lot of our problems, regardless, we do need to speak up. But regardless, the government, our government, allowed in 2023, just with the Mexico border law, they allowed almost 2.5 million migrants that came across the border in 2023, and they only deported 142,000. And that's horrible. We're not supposed to have all the people coming in here. And they gave them money and cards and everything.
And housing.
And who's supporting them? We're supporting them. And there's got to be a stop to that. There's no way
what are we
should be allowing the immigrants in.
What are we saying?
Not the way that they're coming in. Before, there's a way to come in, and there's a way to come in. I mean,
but even when they come in, that should not even be our topic. Our topic should be, what in the hell you going to do for us? You're not going to neglect us anymore. You do whatever you want to do for them. But here's what you must do for us. We have not raised that voice. Our political leaders locally have not. They see what's going on. They have not raised that voice. Folks, we're in trouble. So the bottom line is, to the call on the line, I want to know from you, should we vote for something, or should we vote for nothing? Should we vote in the 2024 election? If so,
yes,
should it be block vote? Vote for what? Oh, Lord have mercy. I wish I could help y'all.
Policy, not candidates.
Vote for what? Tell me what you're voting for. That's what I want to know. What do you want out of a vote? Why do you vote? Caller, can you answer that question for me? Why do you vote, and why should you vote? Caller, are you still there?
Oh! I thought you were talking to the other lady.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, why should we vote?
Yeah, why should you vote?
We should vote with common sense, first of all, and half of us don't vote with common sense.
Oh, so what does that mean?
We vote by direction.
No. What does that mean?
On principle, and what's going to affect me and my family. And I saw it's a difference. I don't vote between the two evils and all that old stuff. I vote for the best candidate.
Who is the best candidate? Who is the best candidate?
The best candidate right now is Donald Trump.
Why?
Because he's doing more.
Because he's better than Biden.
Hold on.
He's better than Biden.
Biden,
here we go again. We talk about the white man, and you can't show nowhere that Trump is racist.
Why is he better? Why is he better?
Jackson, all our black leaders.
Why is he better?
With Trump.
I'll say why he's better.
No. I want the caller to ask. Why is he better?
He's better. He's done more. He get SBU. He did the first step back. He did. He gave more blacks and Hispanics was employed under his thing, and he gave HBCs money, told them stop coming back and all that. And then we didn't have all this. We didn't have this, like you just said. Or you go to the market now, food is high, everything's high, gas is high. We was energy efficient.
Yeah.
We was energy efficient. And now nobody respects us. No country respects us. No country respects us.
They didn't respect you then, but that's beside the
Yes,
point.
they did. Did you have in the 4 years? Look here. See, that's what's wrong with us. We ran around because we emotional people. We're so emotional. We don't.
I studied this.
What did everybody say? What all the black folks say? Donald Trump get in office. Donald Trump get in office.
You know what? This is like a little heated conversation.
No. Well, yeah, but the thing
we have two other calls. I want to hear from my call. Caller, you can stay on, but let's take another call.
I want to ask you this, caller. When did China announce their Belt and Road project? Okay, the same day Donald Trump was actually inaugurated. Okay, they don't respect you. They haven't for a while. Okay.
Let's take another call. Caller, go ahead.
Hold on.
I don't think any of the presidents. I don't think any of the presidents respect us. I really don't. I think we have to respect ourselves, and we have to stand up for ourselves.
Folks, we have 3 other calls. Let's take some callers. Go ahead, Keith. Who should we be taking? Caller, go ahead. Open your mouth. Go ahead. Open your mic. Caller.
Okay. I think that caller hung up. So.
Okay. There's other callers. Caller, go ahead. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
No, I think the caller came on hang up, so we still have the same 2.
Okay, I think we have
new callers.
Same 2. I'm not a caller.
No. Well, you are now.
You know what's interesting, you guys? I had a cousin, and she was always talking about Trump, how good he was when he was in the White House. She said when Trump was in the White House, black folks was working. But she had 3 boys, and all of them were laying up on the couch. Wasn't nobody working. I said, this is a fool here talking, okay? Why your boys are not working. Folks, it's not about somebody giving you a job. Get it in your thick skull. Ain't nobody, people coming here from every direction. They're coming to America to take care of them and theirs, not you and yours.
Yeah.
Not you and yours. They are not going to hire you. Why should they? When their people need work. Folks, it's a cultural thing. It's a spiritual thing for people to take care of themselves. And we need folks who are leading this country to say, we are going to put things in motion. We're going to give you a start where you can build on, not to keep you poor and struggling so you feel like you need me. So why should we vote if there's nothing on the table? Black folks need to let the world know we are going to take a knee in this election. Make folks respect us. Why should they?
What do you got to lose?
What are they giving us for our vote? What are they giving?
I heard Trump saying, what do we have to lose? I like that.
No, in other words, what do we have to lose as far as
your
taking
next
a knee?
generation, your kids and your grandkids? That's what you have to lose.
Are you saying not to vote, Dr. Rosie?
I'm saying no, don't vote.
Are you telling us to take a knee and not vote?
Take a knee. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Unless there's something on the table, not for people of color, but for black
people. Yes, I agree.
I'm saying take a knee.
I don't know.
They already got the plan. They got They got the new America plan. They don't talk about you. They talk about immigrants and what they bring to here.
Well, let the immigrants vote. Why are they catering us for our vote?
They're going to do it anyway.
They will be voting soon.
They're going to do it anyway. Trump's not going to change that. Okay. He didn't change that then. He's not going to change it now.
They understand the business, the job.
Like the Bible says, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge. And my God.
They give some knowledge right now. The Bible also say they perish because of lack of knowledge. And read on down in the scripture, and it said because they reject knowledge. Read that
Dr. Rosie. Dr. Rosie, I have to say that once Biden got into office, our whole country has changed. It is not good. I mean, we have people breaking into houses, not getting arrested. I mean, our whole life has changed. And I do not believe in the Biden policy. I do not.
Well, the thing is, what really changed all that, believe it or not, was before Biden got in office. That was COVID. Him and Fauci made a decision.
I know, but it didn't affect our market. It didn't affect our market.
Hold on. Okay, can I finish my sentence? Okay. COVID changed all that. COVID changed all that because you had to dump $12 trillion into this economy, okay, to keep this thing going. Okay. That COVID was the single most devastating thing that happened in, I would say, 40 years. Okay, COVID changed.
Of course.
And that was on his watch, and that's why he lost the last election. Okay, and you still feel
that isn't why he lost the last election.
Yes, it was.
No.
Exactly.
That isn't why he lost the last election.
Why did he lose it?
He lost it just because of votes, but it wasn't because of COVID. It's just that Biden, they had a better campaign than. Okay. But I think people they and then also what I really don't like, because I'm an independent. I don't vote. I don't vote Republican. I don't vote Democrat. I think when the gentleman was saying vote common sense, it's just like you look at what we're going to get. Now, I'm scared. I'm not going to say that I'm not scared of President Trump. I'm not scared of him. I am probably more. He did a great job the first term around, but I think a second term around, because of the bitterness that he's going to have in his heart, I don't know how that's going to affect the way he runs our country if he does get elected. That does make me question.
Can I pose a comment?
Because I think that is,
Can I pose a comment right here in regards to Trump? Because I believe that there hasn't been a clear enough message directed at black people about just where we are in the world today. I don't think there's been a clear enough message directed at black people about who Donald Trump really is and why is he here at this time. A man with no previous political experience, a man that has 4 indictments and 91 charges against him and is still allowed to run for the highest office in this land, okay? A man that openly says he's going to be a dictator on day one, okay, and has gained all. No, he said that right out of his mouth.
He did say. He did.
He
okay,
said that?
He said it right out of it. Ask that Trump supporter. Ask the Trump supporter that's on the line right here. Did he say it or did he not say it? He'll say it. He can't lie about that.
You know what's so funny about that? Is y'all kept calling him. He's going to be a dictator. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. And then when he gave he said, hey, so that's going to be a dictator. To secure the border, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and that's going to do that, and that's it. And now everybody run with that. Run with one line. We run with one line.
Securing the border is not going to do it. You know how to do it? You got to get rid of immigrants. Take the jobs from them.
Not allow them in.
Bro, they don't. How you going to take the jobs from them when they take the jobs from you? You ain't got no jobs to give.
Let me
like Dr. Rosie said.
Do you want me to explain? Do you want me to explain it or not?
Explain. Go ahead and explain.
Okay. So if you, most illegals have a social security number. They know where these people are. Okay. If you eliminate that, they have to go back. They're not going to stay here and starve. Not going to stay here and starve. They came here to work, not to starve. You take the jobs. Guess what's going to happen?
Do you know how many people work without Social Security license?
Exactly.
I don't know.
So many. And all they do is hide. They're not going to go back. We have 2.5 million. I mean, we have all these people that came in, that crossed the border. That was absurd that we would allow all these immigrants in. It puts us in harm's way. I mean, because we don't know who we allowed in here. If they sit up there and they bomb everywhere, then what? We don't know who came in here, and we don't know why they came in here. I don't agree with the immigrants coming in. There's a rule and there's a way that these immigrants are supposed to come in, and they're not supposed to be coming in just crossing the border without the proper paperwork and without the proper information.
Hold your thought.
Okay, go
your
ahead.
thought.
Okay.
When we decide to fry chicken, let's don't make gumbo. Let's
Okay.
talk about whether we should vote or not. But you know what? Jamal just mentioned
Mm-hmm.
how many indictments that Trump
Yes.
had, and folks
Uh-huh.
that I still want it. If I committed one crime, you
Mm-hmm.
Negroes will be through with me forever. Oh no, Dr. Milligan, she wrote a bad check. Black folks is really forgiving, aren't they? They
And
really love other folks better than they do their own.
that tells you how
If
bad.
Obama had done that, you guys would have wanted to have him castrated, hung, and everything else. Black
We
folks,
did.
you guys, what was that?
We
What
did.
was that book? Double Conscious,
Well,
Jamal.
Oh, mm.
What was that
I
book
just
that
listened
they
to
wrote?
what he said about the dictatorship. I didn't hear him say it, and I had to listen to it. He said, you know why he said he wanted to be a dictator? Because he said because he wants a wall. He wants a wall to keep the immigrants out.
Not gonna do
And
it.
so he wants to say he wants this wall.
And keep you out too.
So
Look, hear what
You
someone just
already
said to
here.
me.
How you gonna keep you out?
You'll
They
be out
push
in a
you
minute.
out.
Hold on, bro. Hold
Look,
on, bro. Hold
hear
on.
what
Hold on.
someone just
well, we could
texted
have
me.
a
Hold
civil
on.
war. We could have a
y'all.
civil
Hold on.
war in Texas.
No, that's already they already settled that. Okay.
Okay, hear what someone texted me, you guys. It say,
Mm-hmm.
well, AI will end the immigration. You're absolutely right.
No, it won't because
It's gonna slow it down.
no,
It's gonna
okay,
slow it down.
okay. The white population peaked in 2019, right? Okay, the immigrants are there to replace white folks. Okay, don't have enough of them. Okay, that's why they're importing them. But people don't look at that.
Well,
Okay.
let's go back.
Mm.
I don't
It's
care.
very important
Listen.
and look at
No,
Hold on,
jobs.
bro.
hold
Hold on,
tight.
bro. Hold on.
Hold
Okay.
tight, because we coming to an end of our show. Let's be very clear. Whether the immigrants come
Mm-hmm.
or whether they go,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how is that going to impact you black
Exactly.
folks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking about why in the hell are you voting for somebody who haven't put a damn thing on the table for you or
You,
your children? That is the question. Why are you afraid to say we're going to take a knee? Why are we afraid to say we're going to hold our votes until you promise us something, even if you're lying to us?
you let them take affirmative action by the Supreme Court. Okay. Nobody makes a peep out of that one.
Wow.
Ain't said nothing on the campaign trail. Nothing. Trump or Biden has not said one word about affirmative action and how they took it from people. Okay, in the
So,
schools and in the workplace. Okay, nobody says a word. Have they? Have
folks,
they?
let's get real. What's on the table for us? I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how many other people they feed. However
Yeah.
many people they bring over here, that's your due. If you have a rationale for doing that, the question for black folks need to be, what about me, damn it? That needs to be the question. What about my children and grandchildren? What about me having a house to live? What about 60% of the homeless people being people who look like me? What about that? That is the question. And if you're not working on solving that and getting rid of school loans and child support
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
helping black folks have a place called home, you can't leave a home for your children if you don't have one. You can't buy one if you can't get your school loan paid or you can't get a job. Do you guys realize that we're getting ready to come to a homeless state of America for black folks? Black folks own 45% of black folks own a home, Shawannah, right now. So that means 55% of black folks are buying homes for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
y'all talking about vote?
Well, shoot, the
Hell
government is
to the
coming in
no.
and helping you buy homes. They're helping you buy homes. They're taking
Sure.
20% of your value, you know,
Sure.
and they're doing it across the board.
Oh, yeah, they slick. They coming in, they doing co-equity.
They coming in taking ownership of the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
That is not an accident.
They're doing
20%. They'll give you
co-equity.
20% down to have 20% ownership.
Yeah,
You know,
and
and
hold
they want
tight,
their full
Shawannah.
20% back plus their 20%
Shawannah.
equity that they built up.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Yeah, they're taking everything. They go, if you can go in with the government and give them 20% equity, why can't you let me buy the house with you and I get 20%? Oh no, you want everything. Dr. Milligan is greedy. But you let the government come in. Okay? No, you guys. They're a day late and a dollar
I
short.
don't want 20%. I want to just buy
Shawannah,
it.
I don't care how much they're helping you. If you don't have a
Yeah,
job,
no.
you're not going to get a house. You guys are missing it. You guys being tricked by
Right.
these programs. They're not for black folks. They ain't going to
They're
give you
not.
no house.
I agree.
If you don't have a job, and your job have to be making a certain amount of money, the program is for the rich. It ain't even for you. You guys
That's
got to
true.
wake up and smell the coffee. You ain't going to give me
Yeah.
20% on no house if I don't have a job.
But I think, Dr. Rosie, as far as like this voting thing and taking a knee, I think that
You
unfortunately I
just
wouldn't want to
scared.
do
That's
that
all.
because I
You
wouldn't want to
just
vote.
scared.
I wouldn't
You
want to
just a
vote either way
scary
for
cat.
whoever we think was the
You're a
best one.
scary cat.
You
Taking a knee.
I'm not a scary cat. I want to vote for whoever I think is the best one.
But ain't nobody
at
for
some
that.
point,
Don't vote for
at some,
anybody.
at some point, what did Colin Kaepernick do?
I mean,
Right?
because if we don't vote for whoever we think is the best one, if you really think that Biden's the best one, you
What
should
difference
vote for
does it make?
Biden.
My
If you think
question
that Trump is the best one, you should vote for Trump. But if you leave it hanging, you're going to get whoever everybody else votes for.
I don't care.
But they're gonna hear you though, Shawannah. They will hear you.
Y'all
That's
missing
what you
it.
want. They're
It's the
gonna hear you.
last chance. Last chance we got to make a difference, black folks. Is to let people know that we're not going to just keep doing the same old thing and getting the same result. You guys are missing the point. If you don't do something radical, you talking about not being respected. I wouldn't respect black folks who keep voting for folks who don't do anything for them. Why should they vote? Why should they respect us?
Yeah. And they really don't
y'all
respect
about
black
to make
women.
me tired.
They really don't
Y'all
respect
about
black
to make
women.
me tired up in here. I thought I would never get tired of black folks. I'm getting tired now. Because y'all ain't making no sense. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over. If you're not
So
for
why are
me,
you still on the
I'm not for you.
plantation?
Well, you'll be back on it in a minute. I hope they got some cotton for y'all to pick.
They already, you already on the plantation. Everybody, this whole state is ran by Democrats. The House, the Senate, and then why didn't they pass a reparation bill?
Cause y'all didn't ask them. Cause you didn't put no
No.
You keep
Hold on, bro.
You keep voting for them.
Here we go. This is California local. This is local.
That's still you still keep voting for them.
How did you make your voice heard? Okay, you got Twitter, you got email, you got Facebook. Did you make your voice heard?
No, he ain't made nothing heard.
Did you make your voice heard?
No.
Did you write somebody?
I'll answer for you. No, he didn't. Okay.
You want to know? I'm running for the 35th senatorial district against 8 Democrats have been telling the same thing over and over and over. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Have you ran for something? Have you been on Dr. Rosie's show saying that you're running?
What it say?
If you're running,
I was at Bishop Turner's. Listen. Stood up and said, and I was proud of black preachers started talking, waking up, saying, "Hey, we need to go out. We need to train our people. We need to be prepared for what's about to happen."
So in other words, well, guess what happened? They haven't heard you, have they? Have they heard you?
Yeah, a lot of people have heard me, but
no. Listen to me. Listen to me, right? They have not felt you, they haven't heard you. But if you don't vote, they will hear you, okay? They'll hear you. They have to hear you.
Point, Keith. If you don't vote, if we take a knee, this would be the first
your
time
vote,
in history.
Hold on, bro. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Take all the means you want, and at the end, so you still ain't gonna get nothing.
I'll give you an example, sir. I'll give you an example, right? 20% of black men said they were going to vote Republican or change their vote, right? All of a sudden, the whole Democratic Party into a tizzy.
Okay, we got to close out, you guys. We have another show coming up. Caller, thank you for calling, and all those who listen, thank you for listening. Yeah. But bottom line is, damn it, take a knee, don't vote.
Part
have
3.
Have a great day.
Part 3.